It's not what you do, but don't do that brings us a state of personal power. I heard that. I was listening to an audio book called Whisperings of the Dragon by Luan Matas. And I was listening and I went, oh my God, it's true. It is. It's not the stuff that we do. It's when we go, no, I'm not doing that. It's like, yeah, it's like we reclaim our power, and not in a dumb shit way, but in a, yes, I respect myself to say no. So I wanted to talk about the difference between FOMO and JOMO. So FOMO is the fear of missing out. JOMO is the joy of missing out. Two really different things. What I know is that when we speak from our heart, we speak our truth. Okay? And there's such a difference between being, knowing, and doing versus being, knowing, and not doing. Not doing. How many times in life do you do things where you know it doesn't quite fit with where you're at or what you're wanting to do at a time, or even just fit with your values, and you go, yeah, and go along with it because of that fear of missing out. Oh, I want to be there. I want to be part of that. And yet you know damn well it's not right for you. It's an easy thing, and it's worse nowadays, I think, ever, because of things like social media. So much of stuff is shoved in our faces all the time. It's like, no, I wish I'm missing out. No, do the things that you want to do. So the joy of missing out is where a person says, you know, that there's something coming up, and they're like, I choose not to do that. And yet all the peer pressure and all the everything around them should say, you should be there, whatever it is. The power is to go, I choose not. I choose not to. And that might be uncomfortable at times, but when you really sit into it and feel it, it's like I say, when we speak from our heart, we speak our truth versus just our head reacting. If we feel into it before we respond, it's like, I actually really don't want to go. And it can be uncomfortable because there might be expectations by others around us and stuff that make us feel like we should go. And that obligation thing is such a big conversation in life. I'm not a fan of obligation of any kind, but the comfortable feeling that we get when we can be grateful for where we're at and knowing ourselves that I don't want to do that. And you know, that whole, the expected is that we will do whatever it is, that we should be there, you know, for them, and experience FOMO. When we do what's unexpected, which is that doing, being, and knowing, everything is there to be mindfully taken in and acted on versus us just reacting, which is what we tend to do when it comes to FOMO. Like, it's just like, oh, we should be there. Joy of missing out is like feeling, yeah, this is not for me. So what are some of the benefits of when we're mindful and saying no and missing out, the joy of missing out, versus if we're just doing the FOMO reacting, going, oh, okay, I'll go. So one, increased productivity. So without the distractions of things like FOMO, you might have your whole week planned and there's this thing that comes up and you go, no, I want to be there. But when we can focus on what we're doing in our goals, and whether it's just you're relaxing the way you want to or something, but doing the things that are important to you, that can bring that increased productivity and a greater sense of accomplishment in life, and just like, yeah, I'm good. I'm on my track. I'm not being dragged off my track for other things and other people in life. In the aromatherapy insight cards, essential oils have physical and emotional benefits, and peppermint essential oil we use for when people are getting dragged off your purpose. It's exactly that. It's that FOMO. We go, oh, pretty shiny thing, and we go over there, versus just going, yeah, I'm staying on my path. So that's one. Okay, we can get increased productivity in whatever areas, including those of just chilling out when we say no to some things. All right. Number two, more self-awareness. So with JOMO, we get to be more mindful, aware of what we're doing. Okay, and how we feel. Feeling is the key word with this, guys. It really is. So this can help us, and make better decisions on how we spend our time. I am so protective, and I've talked about it before. I'm so protective about how I spend my time, the people I spend my time with, the things I put into my day, because I get, as I've gotten older, I really get that the most precious thing to me in my life is my time. I cannot get back any minute that I spend. Any minute, it's gone. I'm moving further towards my death. And that's not being morbid. It's like, it's a reality. And so I treasure my time so much. So I'm really focused on, I'm very mindful about how I spend my time. And so the joy of missing out is all good for me. It's good. It's good. It just feels so good to say no. And it's the feeling that we want to anchor on. Number 3 is improve mental health. Like, really seriously, when we're doing FOMO all the time, it can cause stress. It's that whole constant pressure of wanting to keep up with the Joneses, or I don't want to miss out, or on socials, I should be seen to be doing all these things. JOMO can just reduce that stress and anxiety, and it just allows you to break that pattern of constantly trying to do versus be. Number 4 is more enjoyment. So with JOMO, we get to take time to enjoy the present moment and have fun without feeling guilty like you're missing out. So it is a learned practice. If you're used to just reacting and going, yeah, okay, I'll be there, I'll do it, I really want to be there, versus standing in your power and saying, I choose to look after me and do whatever it is, whether it's chill out time by yourself or whatever, or be at work or something, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. But the more we do it, the better we do it without doing it and feeling guilty. Because it's so common when people do say, no, I don't want to do that, that they'll feel guilty. And it's just because they're in a reactive mode versus feel, respond mindfully and go, no, that actually doesn't work for me right now. It doesn't. And number 5 is we get better relationships, because by taking a break from things like social media or anything that makes you want to compare and you're in that reactive mode more, then you can focus on things like the relationships and even the relationship with yourself, which is so much more important than going and doing all the time versus being. So there's one healthy life hack, and that is to practice JOMO this week. Have a look and see what's ahead, or notice mindfully as you operate this week, what's one thing you can choose to joyfully miss out on. I promise the benefits are huge, and it's something that you can build in as a practice over time. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. And so many benefits, it's insane. Check out the show notes over at www.healthylifehacks.com.au.